What's up? What's good, everybody?
This is Daniel Miraval. I'm in Illinois for an event.
You didn't say Illinois.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Illinois.
Yeah.
So, all that time growing up in Michigan, we always say Illinois. No, they get really ticked off here when you do that.
Illinois. So, and then I text him. I'm like, don't you live in Illinois? And he's 15 minutes away. Bro, you
What's
have
up?
to. So I'm like, dude, we're getting some dinner, and you got to school us landscapers on some arboriculture education.
I will do my best to share the knowledge I have.
So we're actually at your business right now.
Yep.
And
one half of my business. Got to be really clear. This is not the only location. We got another location 980 miles from here on the East Coast.
Awesome.
My partner handles all that. They're doing a lot of work right now. Not that we're not, but. What's up? I'm Daniel Miraval, International Society of Arboriculture Certified Arborist. And today we're at our shop at our Illinois location. And I'll give you a little bit of a tour. You can walk around. It's kind of like Cribs, right? But better. Come on, let's take a walk. You ever hear of coincide?
No.
Coincide is phenology. I don't know if you know what phenology is, but there's certain plants that when they bloom,
Okay.
they're indicator plants. So when certain things are flowering or blooming or growing or whatever, they let you know that it's a time for certain diseases and insects, pests, stuff like that to be active at the same time. So this is a book about phenology. So you know when to treat plants. That's why you aren't just doing them random sprays like some of the big box companies do. Best book. People always ask on YouTube when we do these videos with Keith, what's the best book I can get to learn about pruning? This is the best book you can get. The Illustrated Guide to Pruning by Dr. Ed Gilman. Fire. Plus he autographed it for me. Somewhere, hold on. I gotta find
Isn't he great on camera?
right there.
Hey.
Teach it. See, he even told me, teach it. I'm teaching it. I teach what I know. But this is the best book. If you want this, if you want to learn about pruning and how to do it right, get this book. This book will teach you a lot of things. This will give you a leg up on your competition like you wouldn't believe. Even if you're not a certified arborist, you can still learn how to do this kind of stuff right. Just like the Certified Arborist Manual, the study guide, there's so much knowledge that you can get out of this book. If you don't want to go through the steps of becoming certified, that's fine. But, learn this stuff. It's an investment, though. I mean, this book was like $100 and some bucks, and I think this one was like $80. But
Because of the calibration of the way he communicates on social media, he has so many like landscapers and tree guys and learning tree guys contacting him.
especially Latinos, and I appreciate that a lot. Thanks you guys for following me. I think it's overwhelmingly, I think there's like 75% of you at least that are Latinos, second and third generation, like myself, and I appreciate that. So I'm not brown enough to be all the way Mexican, but I'm too brown to be all the way white. So we're kind of in that gray area, and I relate to that, and I love our culture, and I love being an American too. So, I'm here for you, and if I can do anything for you, just hit me up.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
All right, so this is your truck and dump trailer.
Yeah, we bought this in Virginia and brought it up here to Illinois when we started our root collar excavation division, and it's really grown from there. It's a 96. Bought it from a older couple. They use it to go camping. I bought it brand new, and got it for pretty cheap, and no payments on it. It's better than financing brand new equipment. So for starting up a new division, the trailer's new though. What this is? Ask me why this is here.
What is that? Why is that here? What is that?
Well, this is actually a tree that we took down. It was a linden tree, and you can see the hardware that was installed in it by somebody at some point, and you don't want that going through the chipper, so we bring it all back here, and then we split it up and try to get all this metal hardware out of there before we send it to the dump or through our chipper, because we don't want anybody to get hurt.
What's this?
Well, those are our member logos. Tree Care Industry Association, the Illinois Arborist Association, of which I'm the commercial director. Little plug for myself. And they're a member of the International Society of Arboriculture, and then to advertise that we're certified tree safety professionals.
Awesome.
Pretty proud.
What's our doggies?
So we started right here.
Wow, bro.
Well, it's a struggle to find what I want, because I want the washer and dryer in the unit, and that's hard to farther this way or this
So,
way or this way.
where
You
are
know
all
what I
these
mean?
trees?
Is it like,
Well, these posters have these trees on them. So a lot of times we get calls from people who have questions about what kind of trees they should plant, which we encourage people to do. Or if we take down a tree, because sometimes trees get sick and they got to be removed, especially in the case of emerald ash borer, we want to be able to give them alternatives of what they can put in place that are as good or better varieties than the ash that we're taking out. So that's what these posters are, like quick references guides. And anybody can get their hands on these. I got these from Schmidt and J. Frank Schmidt and Son Company. If you go to their website, you can request a lot of these posters. So if you're in landscaping and you're looking for trees, I mean, these are obviously more specific to the Midwest, but if you're looking for information, man, you can reach out. There's so many free resources out there.
There was like a brick. And it was all over it. And I was
We wiped the board clean because it snowed a couple of days ago. So the board was full, everything laid out for all the jobs, and then we got snow and everything's now off kilter. So this is what we say if anybody calls, it snowed, we'll get there as soon as conditions permit, because now it's wet. Do you lift?
Oh, this is the nifty lift.
Yes.
Dope. Oh, look how skinny it is.
Tracks go out.
Huh.
So we can fit through a gate, just about any standard gate, 32-inch gate.
You can fit through a 32-inch gate with that.
Like my orchard ladder.
Let me see.
We do a lot of young, smaller tree pruning, getting them, started out right. So the orchard
Say it
ladder,
again.
we do this is our orchard ladder, our 12-footer. So we do a lot of younger, small tree pruning, getting them started out right in their life. And this comes in handy, a lot of crabapple pruning, things like that. Joy, you remember that?
What's that?
It's the air compressor that runs the air spade. Want to see Rudy? Remember, this was at the Illinois Arborist Association Summer Conference back in 2017. This is a pride and joy right here. This thing has been seen around the world. But this is a great example of what happens when trees aren't properly planted or they come out of the nursery incorrectly. You see the twine. So the story of this tree is it was a linden tree. Guy called, said he planted it like 17 years ago and it wasn't looking good. It was very thin up in the canopy, up in the top of the tree. The leaves were very small or devoid of any leaves. And right away we knew it had to be some sort of a root issue because that's typically what the problem is with lindens. Went over there and scraped away, and sure as shit, man, we found some stem girdling roots. But so we prescribed what's called a root collar excavation. Came in with the compressed air, and you can find that video that we did at the Illinois Arborist Association.
Yeah, I'll put a link below.
Yeah, but so we excavated everything, and one of my arborists, Adrian, he called me. I was in the backyard, and he's like, "Hey, you got to come look at this." And I'm like, "Dude, I've seen hundreds of these. It's the same." He's like, "No, you got to see this." And he had actually excavated, and he stopped when he saw this non-biodegradable nylon twine wrapped around. He saw the girdling, so you can see you can embed your finger in here. And he's like, "Man, this is something we haven't seen before." So it was very interesting. So I've taken it to a lot of conferences. So yeah, we've seen all the non-biodegradable twine, the girdling that was going on, and just all of this stuff. So it's a good example of what happens from the nursery to the planting process, to materials being used. It was over mulched. There was mulch and dirt up to here. So the only thing that was keeping this tree alive were what we call these adventitious roots, which is what all this is. And everything below it is dead. So this tree wanted to live. Trees want to live. They really do, and they try to do everything they can, but eventually, just like humans, you get stressed enough, you get something, and you die. So I didn't want this to go to waste, and we preserved it, named her Rudy, Rooti, and it's her, and she's got a story to tell, and a big part in educating, I think especially the landscape community, because I don't believe that most people who do this kind of stuff are doing it because they don't care. They just do it because they don't know. I mean, everybody does things on a daily basis that aren't right, but they don't
Right.
know.
So just to be clear for my brain, This shows all the things that go wrong with the tree, from the nursery
Yep.
to planting to everything.
Yep, to
And
maintenance.
It's all happened on one tree.
Yep.
Because of human beings.
Absolutely. So this would be an abiotic condition. So abiotic is like something that man made or woman made. Something that humans affected this. So
Okay,
that's a
okay.
great example of that.
Sweet. What's up with that chipper? I love it.
Yeah. It's the Moorbark RX M15 chipper. It's a beast. We actually picked it up in Wynn, Michigan, where they at the Moorbark factory got a tour and everything. So it's very cool. Had an angel investor who financed it for me, and he's a Michigan resident, so he was able to get it directly from the factory, which was very cool. We got a great tour of that place.
Sweet.
And we've got the skid steer over here, the 430 case.
Let's see. Okay, what's that?
That's a case skid steer 430. Yeah, we use that if we got anything that's too big, obviously that we can't pick up. We don't deal with a lot of bigger trees. That's not what our thing is. This is where the magic happens. I went to a conference at the Illinois Green Industry Association.
Yeah.
So they represent like all the nurseries within the state and, green industry in specifically. And they had these out for free. And it's kind of their new campaign. Don't just stand there, plant something. So you go to plantsomething.org, and there's a lot of good information on there that you can use, relay back to your clients. It doesn't matter that you're not in Illinois specifically, but there's a lot of good information out there. And it's free. So they said take one, so your boy took 3.
Sweet.
What we got to not do in the industry is, if you know something and you see that someone else isn't doing something right, you got to try to reach out and share the information that you have. What we don't want to do is, let's say you're an arborist or even another landscaper that seems to know or happens to know more than the next landscaper. You don't want to be like, hey, you stupid idiot, you don't know, you're just doing this for the dollar, this, that, and the other. You don't want to shame people into shadows, because they never want to come out and admit the mistakes that they might be making, or even admit the fact that they don't know what they're doing. You want them to come out and say, hey, I'd like to learn a little bit more. Can you share some of your knowledge with me?
That's
and you need to be
awesome.
ready to give it to them. Yeah.
So,
And it's very important for me that people understand that I'm not coming from a position of I know everything. My God, there are some amazing people that I learn from all the time, and I can't retain all of it, but I try to retain as much as I can and then share it freely to those who are willing to listen, because urban forestry really is my passion, and I want to help other people grab whatever little bits and tidbits they can so that every day they can get better and make better decisions.
thank you.
You're welcome. Keith, I've known you for quite a while now, and I got to tell you that I'm really impressed with the amount of knowledge that you so willingly share to people in the green industry. I think that you do a lot to promote proper practices within the green industry, and when you see things that aren't right, you'll actually either call yourself out or just admit to that. And you have such a big reach. I mean, you have over 1 million views a month across all social media platforms. I imagine you have upwards of 100,000 people that follow you and your message of not just becoming an entrepreneur, but building a business, but more importantly, doing things correctly in regards to the urban forest. You have an enormous influence and power to spread the message of proper tree care, plant care, good urban forestry. So I sit on a group, like I said, with the Chicago Region Trees Initiative here in Illinois, and it's a collaborative effort in response to key issues that are facing trees. And there's no other initiative like the Chicago Region Trees Initiative of this size in the entire country. So although we are focused with Chicago and the 7 county regions surrounding it, we'd like it to be a model eventually, maybe even for the entire nation as a whole, of how to take care of trees, proper practices, and there's a lot of parts to it. So I sit on the Tree Risk Management and Assessment Work Group of the Chicago Region Trees Initiative, and I'm a big promoter of them and the work that they do. And again, like I said, I'm very proud of what you do. So I would like to present you with the Chicago Region Trees Initiative Proud Partner sign, because really you are a partner in a way, even though you're on the other side of the lake. In Michigan, you're part of the Midwest, big eco system that we have, and we all share a lot of the same issues, either on the other side of the lake or on this side of the lake, or even downstate in other parts of Ohio, Indiana, up into Minnesota, Wisconsin, places like that. So, I hope that you'll take these signs, you'll display them somewhere proudly, and maybe you'll talk about it a little bit and share this message with people in the state of Michigan, which is actually my home state as well, and of course yours. And I want people to know that this organization has gone through a lot of work to provide a lot of free educational material that almost anybody can access. If you go to the crti.org website, there's a lot of brochures, a lot of things that the landscaper wanting to know more and learn more can get information and then share with their clients or other people in the community, and start doing better tree care practices and help the urban forestry, urban forest as a whole. So again, I'd like to present you with these, and I thank you for what you do for the industry and helping those who want to learn more. So I hope you'll take these home and display them proudly.
Sweet. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank
you. Thanks, man. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
This is awesome. This is behind the scenes. I'm very incredibly thankful. I'm very thankful for this, and this means a lot to me.
I wouldn't give it to you unless I really felt that you were a part of the bigger collective movement of what this mission of the Chicago Region Trees Initiative is, and the passion that I share for urban forestry. And I believe you're a big part of that. You'll call yourself out on your own faults. Admittedly, you don't know everything. You've made some mistakes. I've made plenty of mistakes. We're all making mistakes every day. But that's what this is about. It's about being cognizant of it, of the mistakes, or how we can learn to do things better to inspire that ongoing interaction with knowledge, so we can make better knowledge-based decisions when it comes in regards to urban forestry. It's very important indeed. And you have such a large reach and influence.
Thank you.
You can
so
make
much.
a big difference, not just in people's lives, but in urban forestry as a collective.
Thank you.